cafe. Anyway. Awesome.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hello and welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast, episode 2526. How was your Thanksgiving? That's good.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's what everybody was asking today, the Monday after Thanksgiving. They're like, hey, how was it living with your in-laws visiting or whatever? That's what they talked about. It was great. I never eat turkey in the morning. Do you ever notice?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
You never eat turkey in the morning? What's that about? It's okay.
Mike's
Maybe you do.
Daily
Do a little
Podcast.
turkey sandwich Monte Cristo?
Yeah!
Is that what you do, you crazy person, you? But thank you for listening to Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. First day back at work. I was pretty busy. It was, you know what? It was good to see a lot of people were out of the office, which I enjoyed, and a lot of people that were in the office were people that I enjoy already. So all in all, it worked out great. Usually I do like the Monday after Thanksgiving. It's interesting. I forgot about that. But here's something fascinating. California is number 4 for holiday burglaries. Now, today was the Cyber Monday, which, yes, I heard a collective yawn when I just said that, but I didn't even go online to buy anything. Anyway, here's a recent report on holiday burglaries. California came out as the number 4 state most likely to experience burglaries during the holiday season, and this is versus any other time of year. The study was done by Porch.com. Their findings were 83,000 burglaries occurred during the holiday period last year in California. Crimes during...
And here's today's podcast picture.
You know, the last podcast picture was a kind of a sunset in Podcaster Valley. I'm going to post another podcast picture of a sunset. And this one is looking out towards I think this is the peninsula. I was up on top of a hill over in Columbia. There's a trail that goes back there, part of the East Bay Regional Park District at the very top of Columbia. And you can look out. Oh, yes. I'm looking out towards San Mateo and the mountains behind San Mateo and the beautiful sunset. And there's a slight sliver of the moon there. Basil the Boxer has walked with me on this trail. The late, great Basil the Boxer. See that picture at MikesDailyPodcast.com if you would like to see it. And all the past podcast pictures are there. So, crimes during the holidays account for 8.1% of all crimes committed throughout the year. That's almost 10%. Thank you, I can do math. That's almost 10% of all the crimes throughout the year. They happen during the holidays. An estimated $130 million in value was lost to holiday burglaries in 2021. The average dollar amount for a holiday burglary it ain't chump change. It's almost $3,000, 5% higher than the average on other days, which is slightly lower, about $2,740. Jewelry, computers, and furs are 10% more likely to be stolen during the holiday season than during other times of the year. The nation's costliest holiday burglaries take place not in California, but actually in Nevada, specifically Las Vegas. Burglaries there during the holidays cost about an estimated almost $10,000 in stolen property. Holiday burglaries bottom out most in New Mexico, where they are 76% less likely to occur during the festive season. These were all taken from the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Crime Data Explorer. In Florida, due to low rates of participation in federal crime statistics, burglary statistics were sourced from crime statistics produced by their local police forces. All analysis and charts are based on residential burglaries only. All burglaries taking place in the month of December were deemed holiday burglaries. So basically not even the month we're in at the moment, but later on. Thank you very much, people from the porch.com, for that information. What else? Well, let's see. I did a little bit of this past weekend. I did a little bit of walking with my lovely lady friend, enjoying some of the lights. I was talking to someone today, you know, because it's fun to drive around Podcastro Valley and see all the holiday lights. I was talking to someone today who can't drive at night. And her boyfriend can't drive. She's a slightly older lady. So they're missing out on the holiday lights. And she says she's only going to be able to see the lights if some people pick her up, her and her boyfriend, and go driving around to see the lights. Isn't that... That's where holiday cheer comes in, everybody. That's where somebody says, you know what, I'm going to pick you guys up and we're going to drive around and look at lights. Just a thought. Maybe it's a thought to myself. I need to take this lady and her boyfriend out and drive them around like a chauffeur. Maybe I'll do that. As we, at Cafe Anyway, have an abundance of eggnog. That disgusting drink. What is even in that? Whale blubber? Speaking of whales, killer whales, they like to eat sea lions. As we go outside a Cafe Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley.
Anyway.
The last place on Earth. Yes, I began watching that Sea Wolf series, The Island of Sea Wolves. And it's narrated by Will Arnett. Hi, I'm Will Arnett. My awesome voice. My growl. And it's very sad. You're watching these, you know, these nature type movies, shows, documentaries, and you're like, oh no, that cute sea otter. That cute sea. And it's always, you just end up hating men. Any male animal you start to hate because all these poor female moms, animals, mammals, they're all doing it themselves. They get no help from their mates. And they're having to raise these animals and nearly get eaten and try and find food for the kid so the kid doesn't die. The pup, the sea otter pup, the wolf pup, the poor bald eagle's little chick. They have 2 eggs, but only one will survive. It's so sad. I guess that's pretty much all I had. Hey, we're outside a Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on Earth. Look who's here. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing? It's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what. What? Nature is rough. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And a lot of those dogs are eating each other. And they're eating the pups, too, because they're small and they're hors d'oeuvre size. Tell you what. What? Appetizers. That's terrible. Last night, speaking of appetizers, not that I'm eating any animals. Well, okay, there was fried chicken involved. Sorry, vegetarians and vegans. So I get a freebie because of my birthday. I get a free $10 off at this chicken place, and I go to get my delicious chicken tacos. I'm gonna get some tacos. And the guy scans the email that says you get the $10 off and all of that, and he's scanning it, and it's not working. And I'm sitting there, and he does this little magic trick where he's able to get me a discount. And I think the discount was even more than what the birthday thing was. Thank you. Thank you, young person. A lot of times I walk into restaurants, to go type places, take your food, take away, whatever you call it. And a lot of the young people, they don't, that's my manager. My manager's not here. I can't do it. But some people, they really rise above, and it's fantastic. It's awe-inspiring. Makes me happy to see that upcoming generation doing that kind of thing. Putting their brains to work. Say, I will beat this computer at its own game, is what they're saying. I like that. You know what? If that's what all that playing video games does, is teaches you how to beat the computer in real life, not just in this fake virtual world, then I applaud you. Hey, look who else is here. Hello, Mike. I make delicious root beer. Have some right now. And I was a little bit, thank you, Brewmaster, I was a little bit harsh on Gen Zers, G-Zennials, in the last podcast. I just want to say, you know what? I have faith in you. I know you can do a lot. And there's a lot that you will do in this world long after I'm gone. And I'm sorry I get curmudgeonly and persnickety. I get persnickety. I get snickery, snickerdoodly. That's a good idea. Snickerdoodles. Mark, this is delicious snickerdoodle root beer. Oh boy, drink right now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brewmaster. You always scare me when your voice changes like that and you get all evil. I know. Oh boy. Let's go back in time, shall we? Because this is the segment now called Let's Go Back with Matthews. We're going to go back in time to, these always seem to be around 20 years back for some reason. This always seems to happen. I need to record more of these, but it's been busy. Okay, so let's go back here on Mike's Daily Podcast, which is daily, has been daily now for at least 2 days in a row. There you go, 2 days right after each other. That's called daily in my book. So at Mike's Daily Podcast, we like to go back in time sometimes and hear a show that Mike did on the radio where he was Monday through Friday daily, not necessarily Sunday to Monday daily, but he was daily, and he would get calls and people would chime in about all kinds of things.
Emerson Drive plays and dives.
And we heard
attention.
He likes to drop cash, but the kind I make.
Okay, so what we were at a place called the Santa Fe Cafe, which, yes, that sounds a little like cafe anyway, doesn't it? But yeah, so I've been doing cafe type theater of the mind radio stuff for almost about 25 years. Does that sound right? So this is back 20 years and maybe 30 years. We'll say 30 years I've been doing it. But 20 years ago, we had this little incident that happened live on the radio. And this was at K-Hay, which is a big country station in the wonderful land of Ventura County.
This evening.
You're welcome, it's over. We're done.
Number one for the second night in a row was Beer for My Horses on the top 8.
What?
When I Die, ahead of that. Congratulations, Erica. You got $25 worth of game tokens at Laser Star.
St. John's Regional Imaging Center is Ventura County's.
Wow. Laser Star. That was a laser tag place. I wonder if that's still there. That was ahead of its time when that place opened.
Comprehensive outpatient diagnostic imaging facility with a wide range of state-of-the-art.
That is wonderful, George Strait live. And we heard Joe Diffie, probably up beside the jukebox when I die, ahead of that. We also heard some Kenny Chesney and Tracy Lawrence back there. We are putting a wrap on a Tuesday on 100.7 KHAY. Jeremy, Tanya, thank you so much for joining me this evening.
You're welcome, it's over. We're done.
Number one for the second night in a row was Beer for My Horses on the top 8 at 8. Tonight in the KK 9 o'clock preview room, a great new song from Chad Brock called It's a Woman Thing. It passed with 83% of the vote. Tomorrow night in the KK 9 o'clock preview room, new stuff from Charlie Robeson, married to one of the Dixie Chicks. And after that, the KA Santa Fe Cafe, What's the Strangest Thing Your Pet Did? Here's Felix taking us home.
Next stop, the KHAY studios.
Pat Michaels has left the building.
Must learn, kids, there are more things to life.
Aw, Toby Keith, Beer for My Horses with Willie Nelson. Toby has stomach cancer, and that's sad. That's, I think, what Conway Twitty had. And a lot of celebrities over the years. Richard Dawson, I think, died of stomach cancer. So I hope the best for Toby. I met him once. Very tall, jovial fella who got into a little bit of hot water when he went a little. He used a 3-letter word. To some of you, not that bad of a word, but he used it on the radio, and it never got taken out because it was a slam against Osama bin Laden. So they said, hey, why not just leave it in there? And it might have been a slam against the other guy, the Iraq guy, the Hussein guy. But at any rate, it was a song the Dixie Chicks didn't care too much for, and there was a big controversy between Toby Keith and the Dixie Chicks. Now just the Chicks. All right, my little side note there. Now, back to, let's see, I wonder if this little section here we'll hear a little bit more of the Santa Fe Cafe when we were discussing pets.
100.7 KHAY, this is
Yes.
Dominic.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Hey, it's Matt Michaels with Dominic. We just heard Montgomery Gentry, Tim McGraw ahead of Montgomery Gentry, and Alan Jackson is next. Tanya, Dominic, let's go into the kitchen of the K Santa Fe Cafe to see our chef.
Okay.
Hello, welcome. I'm making burritos. Delicious burritos.
Okay.
What kind of burritos?
I'm making them with a little bit of guacamole that I've made. It's good.
Oh,
Guacamole?
Yes, but the kind I make sits in your stomach like a rock.
Oh.
Not so good. What's the strangest thing your pet did, Dominic?
The strangest thing my pet's ever done is my dog chased his tail for like 2.5 hours in the middle of the living room.
That is insane.
That, my brother's cat, you pick it up, you drop it, and he'll come running back for some more attention.
He likes to be dropped?
Yes.
You're not being cruel to pets, are you, Dominic?
No, I have 4 horses, 4 dogs, 1 cat, 2 chickens, 2 geese, and a pig.
What's the pig's name?
Smurf.
Stand by. The KH Santa Fe Cafe. We'll be right back on 100.7 KHAY.
Hey, time.
I think he said Murph was the name of the pig. Interesting. Yeah, Sean Connery was in that. Oh, so by the way, just that was live and there was no delay. So if that guy would have said, hey, the craziest thing my pet ever did was eat his whatever, said some bad word, there would have been no way to cut it out. And we just threw people live on the air. This is probably why I play you this segment called Let's Go Back with Matthews. Because that was a different time in radio. Nowadays, everybody's got a delay. Nowadays, people record what you just heard and then put it on. But I just went live with it. So now it's time for the segment here on the recorded show called Mike's Daily Podcast called the Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud. Here are 2 songs that are fighting each other. You decide which song is the best, which one you like the best. This is these are all artists that are emailed to me, MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. Got this from someone named Mike Leger, and this is called Memory Forming Clouds.
Pillows to protect us from the heat. This song ghost was playing in my head as I woke up in dreams of leaving to the smell of coffee.
All right, that's Mike Leger. Do you like that song better? And by the way, he says this album was written about my profound feeling of loss. Oh man, it's a lot of that's going around these days, sadly. Here is a band called Mirror Ball. Mirror Ball, and this song is called Tinsel for a Tear. Let's listen to Mirror Ball. All right, did you like Mirror Ball better? And they only have 11 subscribers on their YouTube channel, so maybe you should try and help them out. Or did you like Mike Legere? He's only got 24 subscribers, which I guess is still more than me. But which one did you like better, Mirror Ball or Mike Legere?
Call now, 336-MM Daily.
You can call me 336-MM Daily. 3 plus 3 equals 6. MM is a Mike Matthews Daily, as in what this podcast has been now for a couple of days. And with more ways to reach me is A Flame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!